people go! Let my people go! Let them go! Let them go!
Hey, get off the truck! Get off the truck!
Let my people go! Let my people go! Let our people
Get off the truck!
Let my people go! Let my
Come on, y'all gotta move. Y'all gotta move. Y'all gotta move.
No! You won't take my fucking people! Let my people go! Let my people go! Let my people go! No! No, please don't kill me! Don't kill me! Don't kill me! I'm a person! I'm a fucking person! Don't fucking kill me! Don't kill me! Don't kill me! Don't kill me! Don't fucking kill me! I'm a fucking person! Don't fucking kill me! Don't kill me! Don't kill me! Don't kill me!
Well, far be it from me to brag, but that's why I feel so terrible about bragging. Of course, my analysis was spot on, and everybody was wetting their pants because Israel struck Iran, and all the talking heads were like, this is a slap in the face to Donald Trump, blah, 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 you know, and I said, okay, what did I say? Let's take a look at what I said here. Let's see here. Them take out all the upper echelon of the command, and if they keep the pressure on, but I believe that Trump was in on this from the very beginning, and he's distancing himself so he could be the good cop. He could appeal to the Iranian population, and he can let Israel do the dirty work. This kind of stuff happens all the time in the world. This is like a classic move. I mean, this is, you know, Trump is always 4D chess. This is 3D chess. It's basically just by proxy, you know. Wink, wink, nod, nod. Yeah, Israel, you know, we'll act like we're waiting, knowing that Iran's never, ever, and they were never, ever, ever going to voluntarily move into any kind of a positive relationship with anybody because they're hateful retards. I mean, when you have two sides of the conflict, and one side of the conflict, which is the catalyst for the whole entire conflict, is based on them assessing the other side as people that have no right to exist. And Jews are pigs, right? It's pretty easy, despite what these idiot conservatives lately that are all of a sudden bagging on Israel, man. It's like Candace Owens and even one of my favorites, Mark Dyson, these people that are, oh my God, you know, it's just unbelievable. I guess they're just young and dumb. I mean, I've been around for a while at 61 years old, and I have watched constant rockets going into Israel, constant atrocities and bombing and firing rockets into schools and synagogues and everything, all these. Well, anyway, you get the picture. I did say, I guarantee you that Bibi and Trump have been on the phone with each other. And guess what? Bibi did an interview today, and I think it's hilarious because of all the little stupid little Jew haters that have been coming out of the woodwork lately, especially people on the right like Candace Owens and Mark Dice and that absolute dirtbag, the fifth column moron, Stu Peters, and a lot of content creators out there that are really insidious, and they're trying, now that people don't consider us so-called conspiracy theorists to be crazy, and people are starting to realize that we've been right all along. Now they are embedding in the whole thing, and they're saying a lot of the same things that actual legitimate researchers like I have been saying all along. And they get people in that are, you know, basically patriots and right thinking, and it's taking an effect. They're starting to tweak people into, like, you know, this anti-Israel, anti-Jew thing, man. It's just like, they're just like, you know, it's insane. That's right, Donald J. Trump. You stick it to them Jews. Telling you what, them Jews. All right, I'm so glad you're cutting them off and not talking to that Bibi. Those murderous Jews. So anyway, if you pay attention to the interviews and you pay attention now to what Bibi Netanyahu is saying and has been saying today, and Donald Trump have been saying, what I said is exactly what's going on. And there's a lot of reasons for that. And one of the reasons is to draw out the people that you can't trust, the people that, have this idea in their head that this Zionist trying to take over the world. If they're trying to take over the world, man, they're not doing a very good job of it. One of the things that Donald Trump does is he has a tactic where he flushes people out. And I said this a long time ago. I was absolutely convinced. Not in the beginning. I mean, I'm not trying to say I don't get fooled, man. Trump's way ahead of me. But I concluded that there's no question that the whole Ron DeSantis Trump split was 100% engineered by both of them. Because Ron DeSantis is a straight up solid guy. And I was like, why would you change horses in the middle of the race? Why would you do something where you absolutely know that this would make it impossible to win, the presidency? Well, I'll tell you why. To flush people out. Trump now could sit back and watch and see who turns on him. Not necessarily people that say, I think Ron DeSantis would be a good president. And I do personally. But it was such a egregious strategic error that it was unbelievable. And then I started thinking about it. And what really keyed me in to know that I was 100% correct on that was, it's hilarious. And I just have to laugh because then when Ron DeSantis decided to get out of the race, that whole thing was fabricated. It was a drama to manipulate the mainstream media. And they ate it. They sucked it in, hook, line, and sinker. They loved this split. This is the best thing ever. And all of a sudden, Ron DeSantis became kind of the darling of the of the media. And then Ron DeSantis is like, I'm pulling out of the race. And then, dude, look at DeSantis and Trump. They were like the best of buddies from that point forward. Elon Musk and Trump, they've made up. One of the things that Trump does is he throws so many things so fast that he just manipulates the enemy incredibly. Like they can't even decide what they want to hammer away on. And that's why he'll say things that sound like he's being just a bloviating, offensive idiot. And it works because then what does, CNN, which, who would ever look at CNN and think that's news or of any kind, And Fox is not reliable, but they definitely report the news more accurately. The straight news. I mean, you don't see them literally, you don't see them saying like this guy that just shot the legislator in Minnesota. I mean, the mainstream media is calling him a Republican. And I see people on like Twitter saying, MAGA, now they're assassinating people, and it's like, how stupid can you be? Okay, he's not a Republican. Right now, there are so many Democrats that are registered Republican in Idaho. It's part of a strategy, and that is to vote in the Republican primaries, and that is because they can't win as Democrats, and they know it. So they have infiltrated the Republican Party with all these rhinos, and that's why they tried to get ranked choice voting in here. And I know this for a fact. I when I was voting here the time before last, where I was voting, I think it was in Cuna High School, and these snotty Democrat ladies, you can just pick them out. Usually comfortable shoes like Birkenstocks, a lot of short hair, cropped short, no makeup, Sorry. Anyway. They were filing in one after another. And it turns out that the deadline to declare yourself as a Republican had passed, and they were pissed. And they were all Democrats. And I have had Democrats tell me, bragging, laughing about it, how, yeah, we've infiltrated your party.
we vote in your primary. Um, you could vote in whatever primary you want in Idaho, contrary to popular belief. So anyway, this guy who his car was loaded with this ridiculously stupid No King Day or whatever. He had a bunch of those flyers. He had a manifesto of people he was going to hit, and the people he went after were people that voted in favor. The woman, I think, was a single standout that actually, as a Democrat, voted to not allow Minnesota to be giving away Medicaid, Medicare benefits. And the next thing you know, a guy who is basically on Tim Walz's team. He's been appointed to several things by Tim Walz. He's a good friend of Tim Walz's and everything like that. He just showed up and gunned her down. Just shot her. Went to shoot another more mainstream Democrat down. Absolutely unreal. Um, and then there's the staffer, the employee, I believe, of Tim Walz, who is on camera vandalizing a Tesla. And the last I heard, they weren't going to convict him. They were not even going to press charges against him. You know, this is the kind of mayhem that they're supporting. And I know I went quite a bit off subject there, but I tend to ramble right into other subjects because I think about politics a lot, obviously, and I've been researching it intensely since I was about 10 years old. So the older you get, the easier it is to start sitting back and watching and predicting the chess moves. Except for with Trump, I have to laugh because I'm trying to figure out what he's going to do and why he's doing it. And once in a while, I get it right. This time, I definitely got it right. I know I had it right with Ron DeSantis. They're like the best of buds, man, because it didn't make any sense at all. And if you notice, when they made up, when Trump makes up with somebody, all of a sudden it's just like the bromance is back on, like immediately. And it's hilarious because people cannot figure that out. Um, he's a master. He's an absolute master. He manipulates. He controls the useful idiots and controls the media. The deep state is really pissed off about because they've always been the puppet masters. Like George Soros, always been the puppet masters, and the media. And I know they're just pulling their hair out because every time they turn around, Trump is he's just cracking the whip and making the left do whatever he wants, and it is a beautiful thing to watch. But anyway, I didn't mean to ramble on this long. But again, to reiterate, if you look at my past analysis, I turned out to be exactly right on that. As a matter of fact, if you go to my YouTube channel, MCNN, and you just look at my analysis the night of the first assassination attempt, I nailed it spot on. Plus some that are obvious questions that even a year later, when everybody seemed to start coming around to the same conclusions, they're still not putting all the dots together, or possibly they're just not showing their cards. Like Dan Bongino and Kash Patel, the whole Epstein thing. I've come to the point where if you look at things and you scratch your head with the administration and you're just shocked and, oh my God, they sold out, I believe that these guys have a war room that's ultra secure communications, and they strategize 6 moves ahead of everybody else. You're going to see something else. Pretty soon you're going to see some unexpected thing that's going to make it look like, Trump sunk this time, And I'm just going to laugh and sit back and try to figure out, how he's using it to his benefit. Because right now, the left, think about it this way, okay? I don't believe that Trump wanted anybody to get killed or hurt or places to get destroyed. But if you know that's going to happen, you might as well capitalize on it, okay? I mean, I don't know if it's that Trump's brilliant or that the left is so absolutely stupid or the deep state's so desperate that they're making this strategically idiotic move because absolutely nobody in the United States of America at all is looking at everything that's going on and thinking, you know, I was really, for border control and enforcing the law, but now ever since I seen those people run in there and steal all those tennis shoes, I got to thinking, it's just wrong what we're doing. My gosh, you got people, they needed tennis shoes and Apple iPods and liquor and cartons of cigarettes and, you know, having to catch cars on fire because they're so cold they can't afford heat. I decided to go back to the Democrat Party. I mean, this is backfiring on them horribly. It's horribly. It's amazing. And you got everybody, I know people personally, I know, like friends and family that were out there saying, oh, it's peaceful protesters, blah, 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 Well, I've amassed quite a video collection and a video I'm going to come out with that's like starting the very first night. And there was a clip from Salt Lake City, of all places, that I just happened to be watching, and all of a sudden, pop, 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 guns go off. And of course, it was a MAGA guy that had long, greasy hair, and somehow they'll try to, and black clothes, like a MAGA turd, like a Antifa turd. Sorry. He gunned somebody down. I hope they didn't die. But you look at these people, and it is not endearing the American people to come over to the left side. And it's a beautiful thing. I hope nobody gets hurt. I don't want to see violence. But I love seeing him just destroy LA, because you got Gavin Newsom, and you're telling me that Californians actually voted for Gavin Newsom or the mayor of Los Angeles. No, they don't have voter ID. They have assigned, I can't remember how many, like millions or hundreds of thousands of social security numbers to illegal aliens who vote. And then the ones, it doesn't matter. You don't even need the social security number, because anybody can vote in California as often as you like. And also, they took away, in the census, you couldn't ask, your census is to gather all this information. And they made it so you can't ask whether or not a person is an actual legal citizen of the census. And the reason that is because the more people you can count in your district, the more representation you get in Congress. That's the scheme. That was what's behind that at all. I guarantee you the next time a census rolls around, we're not going to allow that to happen anymore. It is a grand scheme, total voter fraud. It's all demonstrable. It's all verifiable. The findings down in Georgia proved it, that Georgia's vote was totally invalid. I'd say the jig is up. But again, I rambled on too long, but I don't really care, because I'm not monetized, because I don't have enough viewers, and that's because nobody listens to my videos. But you know what's nice about that? I don't have to say, if somebody's murdered, I don't have to say they're unalived. That's how bad it is. The left, think about it, with YouTube, you can't say somebody's killed. Have you ever noticed that? You're watching a YouTube video, and they'll say, so-and-so unalived somebody, Did you ever think we'd be at that point? You can't say rape, you can't say murder, you can't say pedophile. I mean, you can, but if you're monetized, which I would like to be at some point, then I have to find strategic ways to sneak around, and it's all censored. And none of these are dirty words. These are things that Dateline NBC can say all day long, But if you even use those words on YouTube, you're gonna either get your YouTube channel yanked away, or you're gonna be shoved to the bottom of the logarithms or whatever that's what they do. So Anyway, I got into way too many subjects this time, but I don't care. I'm just going to post, keep uploading to my YouTube channel, and not really be too concerned if anybody at all watches it, because, you know, this is better than talking to myself. It basically is talking to myself, but this way it looks like I'm not as crazy. So anyway, happy Father's Day to everybody, especially you Maryland dads out there. You know what I mean? You guys, you Maryland dads love kids so much. Why, you love them by the truckloads, right?
The Man Cave News, y'all!